Hey folks, Foggy here. Welcome to day 274 of my year of solo board gaming, considered by many to be ill-advised and stupid. We are playing Maiden in the Forest, and if you watched yesterday's game, you know that I feel like I kind of solved the game. If you can get all of the cards into 4 sets of 3 that are perfectly arranged, or even 3 sets of 4 or 6 sets of 2, you can pretty much just then run the board. What's nice is if you can get the 4 arrangement, the arrangement of 4s, you can then just do it in 6 months. Whereas the other one, I think you need the entire year to basically do opposites. But both of those are possible. So let's go ahead and arrange this. We'll see how well we do here. That's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Not off to a good start. 3. All right, the birds are all adjacent. That's kind of messing me up here. All right, and let's see what we can't touch this first round. Let's make sure this is shuffled. Okay. All right, so we can't touch any of the ones with this symbol on it, which is a shame because I think if I were to switch these two around, I would have perfect distribution here. That means I kind of want the leaves to be before. Let's figure this out. If I can go leaf, comb, fire, bird, I think that's what I want. The other thing to do is also look at colors, because colors are the other way that you can arrange all of these. You can actually also, for the 4, it's every 4 symbols has to match either in color or symbol. So for example, this matches the green of here, this matches the object of here. We would need the red fire here, and that would cover these 4. And I think our any two cards is still available to us. So if we did that, could we then get the others into that similar sort of situation? So that's these ones. These ones are this pattern. That almost works, except we would need yellow fire here, I think. And yellow fire is where? Why don't I see a yellow fire? Is there no yellow fire? Makes sense. There's only 3 for each symbol, so there's not going to be all 4 colors. That's a bummer. I don't think this one actually works. All right, let's take a moment here. Just take a moment. Interestingly, card 1 matches. So divergence is. So I think I might have misplayed this a little bit in the previous game. I still played it correctly, but slight misunderstanding of the rules. So divergence is card 1 matches card 2 matches card 3, but you don't necessarily need card 3 to match card 1. So technically, this is a divergence here. So the question is, can I get a divergence out of any of these other ones? So we got leaf, leaf. We would either need leaf here, except leaf is already being used for the divergence there, or we would need a blue or green here. This is fire, fire, something that doesn't match at all. And we kind of need birds to match. No, is that right? That's not right. It's these. I feel like I need something to actually indicate which 3 I'm looking at, because I keep getting confused here. All right, so I'm going to use these dice to indicate the 3s. All right, so these 2 work, but this one doesn't actually match in. This one doesn't quite match in. We would need a red here to tie in. This one doesn't work because that green doesn't match with either of these. We would need a red or a yellow. And then these, that works as a set. That does not work as a set. We need a blue or green over here. That doesn't work as a set. So I think if I swap these two, that becomes a set. We don't have to get all of this set up on the first pass either. So I think I'm going to use the any two cards, and I'm going to swap these two around. And now I've got a set. That matches that, matches that. This doesn't quite work. And that works. I think that was the first one we did. So essentially where I am now is that I've got these opposite, these cards here are not working out for me. And the question is, can I get them into a configuration that does work? I think the one thing I have to be careful of is that this will not match anything going across. If I were to swap, let's move these two back for a moment. Let's reverse this. Sorry, I feel like this first turn is so important because basically it's going to set up your entire game. That's why I'm taking so long with it. If I were to switch... let's say these two. Because for the Crossroads card, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4 have to match. And so that would help these 4 all be Crossroads. I need one more dice. Can't find another dice at the moment. We'll use my little panda thing. All right. So right now, these can work as a Crossroads, right? That connects. If I were to swap those two, actually no, because I wanted to swap these. And then if I were to swap these and then these, which I can do, that would give me 2 sets. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to use the any 2 cards. And then any 2 cards of where the colors and object match. That works. That now makes this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that leaves this pair, this set, which doesn't quite work because this doesn't match anything in that set at all. So we're not quite there yet. If I swap these 2 cards, though, that still doesn't work. I swap these two cards, these are the last two cards I need to swap. Can't swap them this turn, so I don't want to touch either of these configurations. I think the one that we do want to flip, we now want to do, we're going into the night phase, and we're going to flip these ones. We're going to move these along. All right. We're now going to 1 o'clock. We're going to take these up. What we need are the two adjacent cards to be able to be moved, and we can't have a bird or comb. Unfortunately, we got the comb. So none of these are going to work, but we can, in the meantime, continue to move these along. These will go to dormant. And we'll move to 2 o'clock. And now it's just a waiting game, because you only need 4 turns at this point to finish off the game. It's just a matter of making sure that we don't get a card like this. So we can move the adjacent, but we can't move the bird, so that's still stuck like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and let it slide. We'll move to 3 o'clock. Again, we're just hoping that we don't get a bird or comb. Can't get the comb because that's actually the 2 adjacent cards. There we go. There's the leaf. So now we can move any 2 cards. And now it is just a matter of finishing the game, I believe. Because for this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. For this one, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can start with our first divergent, our first crossroads, which flips all of these over. Sorry, not all over. I have to rotate them. Getting ahead of myself here. There we go. Now we go to 5 o'clock. We're not even going to worry about the objects anymore. It doesn't really matter. Down here, we're going to rotate. And then 6 o'clock, everything ends. There we go. And I think 6 o'clock is the fastest you can do it because everything has to, the most you can do is 4 flips at a time. You have to do 24 flips. So really, honestly, there's no reason to me ever play this game again. Yeah, I think this is an interesting game, but it does feel very, like once you understand what it is that you have to do, and unless I'm missing something with the rules about when you can flip, when you can't flip, like what cards cannot be adjusted. That felt to me like a pretty straightforward thing. So maybe I'm getting the rules wrong. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. Thank you for sticking around. I know this was a little longer than yesterday. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video.